Okay, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, back to my channel. Today, we're talking about something different and something new. We're talking about Telnet, what Telnet is, what it's used for, and probably why it's not a good idea to use Telnet. So, starting all the way from scratch, Telnet is a protocol that is used for remote access. You want to remote into a machine, you use the protocol Telnet. It's just one of them, but there's a more superior version to use, or most superior protocol to use, which is SSH. It's a lot more better and secure. But we're going to find out from this training or from this video that Telnet is not secure. So now that we've covered it, I'm going to be practicing or exercising this here using two machines. My first machine here is going to be the Metasploitable 2, and then which is going to be my target machine. Then Kali Linux is going to be my attacking machine. So that being said, the first command I ran here was just IPA. You could also run ifconfig because it's Linux to know what the IP address is. And in my own case, the IP address is going to be 192.168.68.77. All right, now that we know it, let's move on to our Kali machine. And from here, I'm going to run a scan on that machine. I'm going to scan nmap using nmap, so 192, I'll just do 77. That's what it is. So once we scan that, the reason we're scanning it is, one, I want to verify that the port that Telnet runs on, it's open. As you can see here, port 23 is open and Telnet runs on it. I already know that Telnet is a vulnerable machine. It's a vulnerable protocol because everything is in Cleartext. So, and again, the goal of this exercise is to prove that if you're running Telnet and somebody is listening to the traffic, they'll be able to get the credentials that you passed in. So now that we know Telnet is open here, how do we know what the credentials are? Here, I'm assuming that I do not know what the credentials are, so I'll run a scan. And I would like to run, the Nmap has some built-in scripts, which it's located under, if I do an ls, under /user share Nmap scripts. If I list those files in here, you're going to realize that Nmap has a lot of scripts in here. And some of the scripts, obviously, if you want to know, for example, what a script does, you could type in nmap --scripts -help. And let's say I want to know what this script, for example, does. So let me copy that and then paste it. So if I want to know what this script does, then I can just hit enter on that. Then it should say, okay, tries to identify the physical location of an IP address using the IP info database, geolocation, web services, and all that. So that's what this specific script does, which is IP geolocation info or IP info db.nsa. So, but since I'm interested in Telnet, I want to use a different script, which is the brute force, the Telnet brute force. There's one here called Telnet brute force. Where is it? Telnet brute force, Telnet brute. Yeah, actually this one. So I'm going to use that. So I'll do, instead of the, actually, let me just do the help command on that as well. So we know what it does. Paste selection. Once I do that, then here it says it performs a brute force password auditing against Telnet servers. So we already know that Telnet is running on that. So I will go ahead and use that script. So I do nmap --scripts. Oh goodness. That's a script, and then I pass in the script that I want to use. Paste clipboard. Once I pass in the script, then I can put in my target, which is 192.168.68.77. Once I run that, it should come up with some credentials. because it's performing a brute force, so it's going to take a little bit of some time here to try to brute force what the password, the username and the password is for this machine here, this machine here, which is my Metasploitable machine. But I did that before, and what came back, as you can see, I did the same command here, and what came back was this. As you can see, it says the user name is user, and then the password is user. So we will try that. Open a new tab here. So it says to telnet into that machine, user is user, and the password is user. So let's go ahead and do telnet to 192.168.68.77, and I hit enter. It says username is actually, let me kill this. I want to run Wireshark, make sure that I'm intercepting it. So let's start a new packet capture here. Continue without saving. Okay, now that Wireshark is running, if you do not know what Wireshark is, it's just a packet capture. Anything that goes on the wire, it's capturing it. So we have Wireshark running here. So now I'll go ahead and telnet into that machine. So I do the same command, telnet into that. Then the username is user. I hit enter. The password is user. As you can see, my prompt has changed. I am into that machine. If I say, who am I? It says I'm user, so I'm logged in as user. And I can check in the IP address. I can do ifconfig here. We know we are on the 77 IP address. As you can see, I am on that machine. Okay, so now I'm on that machine. Now let's open up Wireshark, stop the capture, then we can perform our analysis on this. So let me stop the capture by clicking on this red. Okay, so here I have packets that have been intercepted. From the bottom here, I have 8,910 packets that have been intercepted. So what I'll do is I'll just run a quick filter here. I'll just say telnet because I'm only interested in seeing traffic that is related to telnet. And how many packets are displayed here? 4,426 packets displayed that are related to telnet. So how do we check if we got the credentials or not? So I'll just right click on any of these packets, these data packets. I'll just right click on it and I'll do a follow TCP string. Once I do that, it's going to assemble the packets all together and then come up with this window here. So in this window here, we are trying to see if we got our credentials, the credentials that were passed. User and password. Username was user and the password was password. By the way, you can already see here that there's been a lot of, I tried this so many times with, like, different usernames and passwords, and all of this have been intercepted. That's why you have like multiple sessions that's going on, multiple brute force. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons why you're probably seeing this is because my command is still running in the background. Where is my window, the other terminal? Let me minimize this. So in here, I had a window that was still running, performing a brute force, this here. So, and guess what? Telnet definitely, I mean, Wireshark actually captured it. So I will have to kill this so that it doesn't continue the brute force. But that's very, very clear evidence in there that all of that was being captured. Okay, so obviously this packet is not related to what we captured. So I think I'm just going to do it again because I can, so that we have just exactly what we need. So I will exit this, and while I'll clear my screen. Now let's do it again. But before we do it, I'm going to make sure that I do another packet capture. I will just continue without saving. Okay, so we have a packet capture running, correct? Yes, it's running. So now that it's running, let's put it on the side and then do the telnet again. So I will telnet into the same machine, telnet to the same machine, hit enter. Username, I'm going to pass in user. Password, I'm going to pass in user. I'm interested in seeing just that. And obviously, as you can see, I'm still on the same machine, the 77 machine. I got access to it through telnet. Now let's revisit our PCAP, packet capture. And hopefully this one should have worked. So I will stop this packet capture. Then I will filter my traffic here on telnet. Okay, so now that I filter the traffic on telnet, let me do the same thing. I will right click on any of the packets, any of the data packets. Right, let me make it this bigger so you can see. Any of the data packets, I will right click on it, do follow TCP stream. So once I do that, you can see Metasploitable login was user, and everything in red is from the client, which is this machine that I'm typing on, and then the password was user in Cleartext. So that is obviously a proof of concept that telnet is in Cleartext. Whatever credentials you're passing through would be intercepted. You can even see when I type in ifconfig, you see that right here, right? Isn't that amazing? ifconfig, it captures all the commands. Anything from that session is going to capture it. So definitely, I hope you learned something new from this video. And if you did, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it out to encourage the channel, encourage me, encourage the channel to grow and get, more views. And definitely that's going to be motivating to get more videos of this nature. All right, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I won't keep this video any longer. So stay blessed, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.